Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening. Let's give a minute for people to join in. Hey, good evening, everyone. Just a small request, people who are joining for the first time or have not renamed themselves, if possible, please do rename yourself. The way to rename yourself would be, for example, Melanie. Melanie is our client. So, Melanie, you can mention it as Melanie hyphen Joe or hyphen Priya. So that it'll be easier for us to understand who you are. So Melanie, I'm going to rename myself so that Melanie understands the score. Joe Star. Yeah. So if you guys see, have done that. Srisha, uh, Reshmi. If you guys can rename yourself, and everyone, please do come on video also. It will be easier for us to communicate. You will get the best out of the speaker if you are on video. So let the videos come on. Yeah, good to see all of you. So can everyone quickly rename? Srisha, who has invited you? Srisha, who is your coach?
Arjun.
Arjun. Okay. So Arjun, you have made your co-host. You can rename your clients.
Sure.
I see an Anish here. Anish, quick intro. Go ahead, Anish.
Anish.
Who has invited you, Anish?
Rakesh.
Rakesh. Okay. Fine. So I'm going to rename Anish as Anish.
Anju from Calicut. Anju.
Joe, that is my client.
Okay, it's your client. Okay, I heard Rakesh. Okay, sorry. All right, Anju. Okay, Supriya, Namrata, Puri, Anjana. Can the coaches please help them rename? Someone with iPhone just joined in. Hi, your good name? Okay, so team, when you invite them, please do mention that also so that they can rename themselves. It'll be easier for us to understand who they are. Because they ask questions, it will be easier for us to reach back to them, right? So please do add your names. Okay, so we'll get started. I'll hand it over to Priya to introduce Mokshata, our first speaker.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wellness, Wisdom, and Wealth session, right? And we have started this with a lot of excitement and a lot of happiness to see all of you on a Tuesday evening. And what we always say is people who really are looking for some wisdom or some growth in their life, they are really feeling stuck with whatever they are doing. They want some external, motivation or help. And we thought, let's open out these sessions to everyone. And that is why every Tuesday we meet and we talk about different topics, right? Every Tuesday, if you see, we meet and handle different topics. And the best part is when I send out the invite, lot of people message me the next day. Today, I had some personal issue, but can you send me the recording? So thanks for that feedback. But please do know we are open to more feedback. Any topics you want us to cover, anything you want us to, today we always touch the basics. If you want us to go in depth, please give us the feedback or give the feedback to your coaches, and we'll definitely cover it. And today we have very, very interesting topics. And one of them, is going to happen first. And, best part is the first topic that we are going to discuss is on basics of skincare. So what I always say is when most of us here are healthy weight loss coaches or healthy weight loss. Yeah, healthy weight loss clients, and we're going through a program to make our health in terms of better weight. But many times when we finish the program, we get this question, how do you guys have great skin, right? So we want to reveal those secrets to you, and today we'll be doing the basics of what is skincare and the routine that we need to go through. And the best part is it's going to be given by one of the best coaches that you can get. She's not only an excellent weight loss coach, and she is also a certified skin consultant, and she has been helping a lot of people with skincare routine for many years now. And personally, she has also, along with her health transformation, gone through a skin transformation. Hers is a story that I use very, very widely. So you are all very lucky to hear from her. And she'll be teaching you about the basics. After this, everybody will know how to take care of your skin in a basic way. And you can keep writing your questions. If we can't cover it, we'll have a more in-depth session later. So with this, over to Moksha.
Thank you, Priya, for that amazing introduction. Very good evening, everyone. I hope everybody is wide awake.
Yes, Mokshita ma'am.
Great. Because if you are not, the first slide is going to open your eyes. Okay. So just a little bit more about me. I am connecting from Bangalore right now. I am a mother to a 4.5-year-old daughter, and I also am a working professional. I work as a chief people officer in a startup. But this area is an area of interest and passion for me. So it doesn't matter the time, right? And doesn't matter what situation of life a person is in. If it is an area of interest and passion for you, you will not tend to get up and get doing things, right? So I will quickly share my screen because I would love to hear more questions coming after the session. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible. Thumbs up or any emoticon to confirm.
Yes, visible.
Okay, great. All right, so today we are just going to cover up on the basics. As Priya mentioned, we'll have a detailed session going, forward in another sessions, okay? So what do you say about this? What do you think this is? Not a nice feeling. Priya is making face, I can see that. Anybody else? Somebody who was not awake? Are your eyes widened up now? Okay, this is at a microscopic level how our skin pores look if we do not take care of our skin. So superficially, skin looks very nice, plain, even if there's an acne or a pimple or a pigmentation. A lot of times we tend to do things that we shouldn't be doing. Like if there is a pimple, we should be avoiding sugary items. But, we don't see at a microscopic level. It's okay, one pimple here, one pimple there, chalta hai. But now after this, if you get a pimple or if you see somebody having a pimple, this image is going to come in your mind. So you will not be able to eat that sugary item for sure. I hope I'm right. Right? So, that's what happens if we don't take care of our skin, because our skin, like our gut, has a lot of microscopic organisms which take care of our skin, kind of good bacteria for our skin. And if we don't maintain our skin health, that becomes a problem, because these microscopic organisms cannot function well. Okay, now I'll just cover up the basic 3 skin types and the skin pH level that we are supposed to maintain. So basic skin types, 3 types are dry, oily, and combination, which I think more or less all of us are aware of. Now, what do you mean by a dry skin? The texture would be coarse, right? Pores will be tight, so less elasticity, and premature aging can start. So if somebody at a very young age tends to when they smile, you tend to see crow feet around their eyes, right? You tend to see expression lines start developing in, right? At a younger age. Understand that their skin is dry. Okay, when you wash, when these people, with dry skin wash their face, they feel a lot of, pull in their skin. That doesn't feel very soft and supple to you, touch or even to feel. They have a dry skin. What do you mean by oily skin? A lot of times we see oily skin is more common than a dry skin, right? So oily skin, when you look into someone's skin, you can actually make out the pores, especially around the nose area. Right? I'm sure you would have seen. Anybody? Raise of hands or something if you have seen. If you have oily skin, you can see your pores if you're looking into the mirror, or if you talk to somebody and you can see some pores around the nose area. This is the dominant place in our face where you can see. Oily skin is generally the T-zone, which is your forehead, nose, and the chin area, right? So they will have enlarged pores, and a lot of times you would have heard this comment, "Mere to chehre se puriyan tal sakte hain." So much oil drips in, right? Especially people living in the hotter areas of the world, in India and outside India as well. they tend to produce more sweat, more oil, and their face feels very greasy. They want to keep washing their face. Oily skin also tends to, have more acne and pimples, right? So that's the second skin. And it is basically the skin pH is acidic when a person's skin is oily. And for dry, it is more towards alkaline side. Okay. Combination is they will have large pores around T-zone, thicker texture in oily areas, and they will have blemishes. So they will have, the skin texture will be changed. Oily skin texture may not change, but combination may T-zone will be oily and cheeks will be, dry. So that's the combination skin. Okay, the people can have different permutation combinations, but as I said, I'm just going to cover the basics today. Now, what is the ideal pH for a healthy skin? Anybody?
5 to 6.
Correct. Right? So healthy and balanced skin, which also gives you that great looking skin, is around 4.5 to 6.5, 5 to 6, as Arjun said, that's the best pH for our skin. Okay, facial skin to have. Okay, and we can do things to maintain that or to bring it to that level. We'll cover up next. Okay. Now, there are different ways. So this is how your skin pH can be tested. If you are from a science background, you would have done some experiments in your chemistry lab. We used to get that pH paper. The color changes, right, as your acidity and alkaline, content of your pH changes. So that's how pH can change. Okay. Now, what do we do for a daily skincare regime to make sure that pH of our skin is maintained around 5 to 6? So these two are very, very important, your day care regime and your night care regime. Why are these important? Okay, any answers? Why are these important? Slide pe to
Day care for sun protection, night care for repair.
Correct, very true. Right. So apart from sun protection, there's also pollution. There's also blue light, right in front of the laptop, right? No matter how advanced the laptop is or how much protection we use, but there is some radiation that hits our skin and our eyes, right? So with the eyes, we wear glasses and do things, but with the skin, we generally think, especially if somebody is doing a work from home, they are least bothered about their facial skin. Ghar pe to baithe hain, kahan UV aa raha hai, right? But it's not just the sunlight, it is also the blue lights, right? So we need to make sure that we are following our day care regime. Okay. Also to prevent any infections and any germs from spreading on our skin. Night care routine is extremely important. Why? Because that's the time where pH balancing will happen, hydration will be restored, and any kind of damage that our skin has gone through during the day, that repair will happen. So if the night routine is not maintained, and no matter what world-class product a person is using and using it only during the day, versus a person also ensuring that they follow the night routine, you will see a drastic difference in their skin textures and the skin health. Okay, and this is also because of my personal experience. I'm telling you this. Me and somebody else using same set of products, very different skin. Only differentiator was I am very regular with my night regime. Doesn't matter what time I go to sleep, I will make sure I wash my face, follow my regime, and then only I will go to sleep. Okay. Now here I would like to take some time and just talk about the routine that I follow and I generally recommend. Okay, you can obviously get back in touch with your coaches who can recommend you based on your skincare need. Okay, so I'll tell you what I do. I use a mild cleanser. So my skin is mostly oily. I use a mild cleanser to cleanse my face. Okay. Thereafter, I use a vitamin C serum and other serums for my skin issues. So because I have oily skin, I tend to have pigmented skin. I think you can still make out near my chin area, this pigmentation level increases, decreases depending on stress level, hormone levels, and all of those things. Okay. So that happens. So I use different serums to make sure that that is taken care of, right? I also go out. So I definitely use a moisturizer which has sun protection. and I use a face powder, which also gives me sun protection. So at least these 5, and of course I use an eye cream as well, because eyes also needs to be taken care of. Hydration of eyes, making sure that eyes tiredness is also taken care of, right? Eyes crow feet is taken care of, the swelling of the eyes is taken care of, because eyes also swell. Whether we realize it or not, it does swell, right? So this is my daycare routine. What do I do in the night? Instead of a day lotion, I use a night lotion, okay, which does not have SPF, but it does help me in regenerating and repair of my skin during the night while I am happily sleeping. Okay, so in the night I use a gel cleanser again, or a mild cleanser again. I use a toner. Okay, I use my serums for different issues, whatever it is. I use my eye cream, and then I end up with the moisturizer. All right. I'll repeat once again in case somebody is making a note. In the morning, I use a mild cleanser followed by a toner. The toner is most important in my skincare regime because it helps me maintain the pH, brings back my pores to the normal size, so that in case there is an infection or there's a pimple coming up, it does not spread. Okay, I use my serums, which is the third step. Okay, then I use my eye cream, and I end with the SPF moisturizer. That's my day routine. My night routine is I use a mild cleanser followed by a toner, again my serums, my eye cream, and my night lotion. All right. This is a simple step. You might be thinking 5 cheezein ek baar mein laga lenge to kya? Nothing happens. Actually, your skin becomes very healthy. Of course, the right choice of products and the right quantity and etc. All those you can get back in touch with your coaches, who will be the right person to help you out depending on your skin issues. Okay. Now, this is the right age. And a lot of people think at a young age ki abhi to abhi kitni umar hui hai, abhi se kitna skin care karna, right? I was in my early 20s when I had a major breakout on the skin, and I had to look for a solution, and that's how I started. I got introduced to skincare ki is pe bhi dhyan dena chahiye, right? So in today's date, with increased exposure to UV radiation and pollution and screen time, it is even more important that we it's written women, but it is for everyone. Okay, that we make sure that we pay attention to our skin. So around the age of 20 to 29, what happens is skin leaves your child phase, where the skin rejuvenation happens automatically. Wo wala phase khatam ho jata hai, and then skin starts experiencing new changes with hormone levels and different stage of our life that we are entering in, right? This is the age where actually preventive aging becomes important. So this is the age where your eye lotions and your serum should actually be introduced. You may not be a regular to it, but it should definitely be introduced in this age group to prevent aging. Aging हो जाने के बाद क्या होता है? ट्रीटमेंट. बीमारी हो जाने के बाद क्योर होता है, ट्रीटमेंट होता है, प्रिवेंशन नहीं होता है. Prevention is better than cure, right? It's not only for our health, even for our skin health, right? And if somebody does not do that, you can very clearly see signs of aging as early as age 25, even earlier than that. I have clients who have signs of aging even earlier than that, and major signs of aging. Okay, okay. The next is you should definitely start a good skincare regime as early as you can. That is for sure. Okay. Now at this age this is the age where you should introduce it. Now I am assuming in my audience a lot of people are not in this age group, right? तो अभी ये तो मिस हो गया, तो क्या गाड़ी छूट गई? नहीं छूटी है. We can still do something. Okay, what can we do? So if you are above 30 till 39, right? Now during this age, collagen and elastin starts to regenerate more slowly. Now what is collagen and elastin? These are, in simple layman terms, these are two nutrients which gives your skin your suppleness, softness, elasticity, right? So ऐसे खींचेंगे तो ये bounce back हो रहा है. किसी के skin में elasticity अगर नहीं तो ऐसे खींचेंगे तो उसको time लगेगा, right? You can try doing this for your own skin. People, at least on camera, try doing this for your own skin. Is it bouncing back immediately or is it taking some time? I can see somebody's Ashok tried, right? Ashok, maybe you get back to your coach, maybe. Right? So, that will help you understand. Okay, that is the one test, one simple test. There are multiple others, right? So now that is a simple test which will now वही होता है अगर इस पे ध्यान अभी नहीं दिया तो बाद में क्या होता है sagging of the skin starts happening and then we think यार ये क्या हो गया अचानक नहीं हो रहा था एजिंग हो रही होती सिर्फ बॉडी में नहीं फेस पे भी होती okay so this is the time where you actually start using things if you have not introduced skincare regime in your life earlier right skin dull होएगा visible wrinkles around the eyes and mouth when you are laughing definitely dikhega and it is so common around us that we think is big deal about it it's like in health we talk about diabetes आज के डेट में हर किसी के घर में ना किसी को है हो गया तो लोगों को लगता है नॉर्मल है but if you reverse it then people think अरे ये क्या हो गया similar to that when we laugh and we hang around with our office colleagues or somewhere else hanging around with people even if women are there at home padosi mein when they laugh you will see lines here right it is so common that somebody not getting those lines people then tend to see ki normal है मतलब इसका भी आ रहा होगा हमने ध्यान नहीं दिया unless somebody is aware कि नहीं मुझे skin ठीक करनी है it is so common right so laugh and see look at the mirror look at the screen if you can see those lines maybe it's time right now skin damage that has happened earlier it will start showing up in this phase so it is very 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 important that you actually start your skincare regime if you have not started yet and I have not added more than 39 years because uske upar to you need a coach to suggest you things if you have not yet started and you are above 39 please it's like you are sitting on the hot seat अभी कब wrinkles दिखने लगेंगे sagging skin होने लगेगी drooping eyes होने लगेगा पता भी नहीं चलेगा right and trust me today's 40 is like 20 you want to look like 22 right सिर्फ post status डालने से नहीं होगा you also need to look like it right so that's the reason why I have not kept anything after 40 because after that you definitely need a coach to help you out but having said all of this one thing is for sure if you have not yet started your skin regime or skincare journey please do get started get in touch with your coach for more clarity because it's a very sensitive area of area to be covered and it needs some kind of diagnosis and understanding to recommend what to do how to manage anyways most of us here are eating healthy so inside health is taken care of what you need is just to understand outside skin health okay it's daily ka 5 minute hi jayega usse zyada nahi jayega to make sure that your skin ages gracefully right so with this I'm done anybody having any questions please feel free to ask
Awesome, Mokshita. Thanks a lot to Mokshita to explain this concept. Anyone has any questions?
What are the serums that we have to take if we are looking for instant results, like 1 month, 2 months marriage kind of stuff? So like that.
I recently spoke to somebody who is about to get married in 6 weeks and she has major pigmentation issues. So I recommended her, certain range of products to be used and I'm sure she'll get the results. So Vaishnavi, I think I'll recommend you to get in touch with your coach who is Rakesh. There are a set of products that you should be using. Only one product will not give you the desired result if somebody is looking for, quick transformation because the person is getting married. You need to use a certain set of products. Ek se magical wand nahi hai, it takes time. So, serum plus there are other things as well that you will need to use.
Yeah, along with face, on hands and on other exposed parts, definitely there would be darkness. Any such remedies for them as well, body?
Definitely, it is there. It is there.
Okay.
Yeah. First and foremost, one thing that I think should understand is the moment we start limiting use of chemicals on our body, inside our body and outside our body, a lot of these issues start, being taken care of. We start using the right sun protection. again, these issues are taken care of. We start moisturizing our skin, facial and other exposed parts of our body. A lot of issues are taken care of. And as I said, night routine is very important. So somebody's hands and legs are also darker, night cleansing, okay, with a mild shampoo, once in a week at least, with a mild shampoo and a scrub and moisturizer. It's very important.
Okay, Mokshita,
Okay.
thank you.
Great. Anybody else, any questions?
Awesome. So we'll move on to the next topic, which is by Arjun. Arjun has spoken before. You guys know about Arjun. He is a yoga instructor, apart from being a health and fitness coach. And apart from that, working in the IT industry also, right? And he's going to cover a very important topic, personality plus know why we react as we do. Right? I love this topic because I lead a team of people and I see people reacting differently to the same situation. Right. And it's fun to watch it. It is fun to see how people, it's called attitude. So Arjun is going to cover that, and I'm looking forward to listening to Arjun. Over to you, Arjun.
Thank you so much, Joe, for such a wonderful introduction. And thank you so much, Mokshita, for covering the skincare regime. I personally have observed that whenever I follow, especially in the night regime, I feel a lot of difference in my sleep as well. Lot of stress gets washed away, a lot of freshness comes and all that. So it's very, very important to follow that, especially the night regime. Very important. And people do opposite. They take care of their face in the morning time, but we should do opposite at least. Very, very important aspect. Yeah. So people who don't know me, my name is Arjun. We are Arjun Smriti. And we are very, very, very grateful to part of this association, because this association has given us a lot. If you're doing only job and only corporate life, we would not have gained so many skills apart from our regular life. So very, very grateful. And so the topic that I'm going to cover today is a personality plus. It's very important to understand why certain people react in certain situation, even the situation is same. Okay, so pay attention. And I have some quiz as well. So I will start with a quiz only. So if anybody has pen and paper, it's good. Okay, I just share my screen. Okay, I was taking some screenshots, so the screenshot may be reflecting. That's fine. So, okay. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible. So first thing that we need to understand is that the beauty captures the eyes, but personality captures the heart. Okay, so we need to understand our personality and other people's personalities as well, because day in, day out, we are dealing with the human beings, and everybody comes from a different personality background. Okay, so I suggest each one of you to grab a pen and paper. Okay, so I just hold on for a minute here. Each one of you just get pen and paper. We will be marking certain scores against some personality aspects. We will score ourselves. Okay, we'll see where do we stand in which personality. Okay, so let's keep it a little bit of practical things as well. So if you have pen and paper, just raise your hand in the reactions. If you have pen and paper, okay. Neha has pen and paper. Okay, okay. Can get pen and paper, it's okay. Get pen and paper. Yes, Richa. Good. Okay. 10 people have got. Okay. Anil Ramya also has pen and paper. Very good. iPhone. I see the name iPhone only. So iPhone also has the pen. Okay. Okay. Now let's mark the scores. Okay. Let's mark the scores. I'm sharing my screen again. Okay. So there are 4 kinds of personalities we are going to talk about. 4 personalities. Okay. One is the popular. Then is the powerful. Then the perfect and the peaceful. Popular, powerful, perfect, and peaceful. Now, first trait. I need to see whether I'm more convincing, I'm more competitive, I'm more considerate, or I'm more controlled in any situation. It can be one, or it can be combination of 2 as well. Okay, so wherever you see, you mark that. In this, you can mark 1. Okay, if you see you are convincing as well, you are competitive as well. So in this particular line, you can mark your score 1, 1. Okay, so first line is where do you see yourself in which personality? Then second, are you a promoter or are you positive in all the circumstances? Or do you plan very well or do you apply a lot of patience? Okay, promoter, positive, planner, or patience. Where do you see yourself? Then third, cheerful, confident, cultured, consistent. Okay, cheerful, confident, cultured, and consistent. Then lively, leadership, loyal, listener. Okay, where do you see what kind of personality you are? Then next is bouncy, bold, behaved, balanced. Marking the scores. Are you understanding the
Yes.
assignment? Marking the scores.
For every character that we possess, we have to mark 1 point.
Yes. For example, if I see myself as a promoter, and if I see myself as patient, like patience in all the circumstances, I will mark 1 and 1. So we are talking about the four personalities: popular people, powerful people, perfectionist, and the peaceful people. Okay. So before going ahead, I would like to show something. Each one of you should read this book. Okay. I have got to know about this book, I think 3 or 4 years back. A very, very good friend of mine, Shridhar and Swapna. Some of the people know them. Shridhar and Swapna, they talk about this book. Okay. This book name is Personality Plus. We should study this book. So this is a book I studied and from where I got the contents. So the book name is Personality Plus. So these are our strengths. Okay. Now let's talk about the weaknesses. Weaknesses, whether I see myself as disorganized, domineering, depressed, or doubtful. Now let's talk about the weaknesses as well. All of us have some weaknesses, all of us have some strengths. Now let's talk about weaknesses of these 4 personalities. Whether I'm disorganized, okay, I may be. I'm very domineering, like powerful. I'm depressed or doubtful. Then restless, rash, revengeful, or reluctant. Show off, whether I do a lot of show off, I'm very stubborn, I'm very skeptical, or I'm very slow. I'm very talkative, I'm tactless, too sensitive, or timid. Again, it's not like that each line will have 1 number only. It can be 1 or more than 1 as well. So when we study this, it's not what I'm knowing myself also. I'm knowing about the people around me as well. Okay, and I have kept it very, very brief. Okay, it's like long assignments in this book. I have kept it very brief so that we can understand the personalities. Okay, so we'll proceed forward. It's very, very exciting to study this. Very exciting. Your personality profile. Okay, this is just a summary. Now, understanding the personalities is the first step in understanding the people. If we can't see the innate differences in others and accept them as they are, we will think everyone not like us is at least slightly irregular. Now, how many of you face this problem? This person doesn't understand me. How many of you face this? If there's a personality difference, if I'm very popular kind of personality trait, and the person I'm talking to is of the patient, like the fourth personality type, is that definitely difference of understanding will be there. But if I understand the personality types, I will not get angry. Okay, I will not get angry. So that we need to understand. Understanding the personality is the first step in understanding the people. If we don't understand the personalities, we will be breaking our heads. So popular people. Okay? Popular people are emotional, demonstrative people who are optimistic and enthusiastic over almost everything. So how many of you have seen the people who are always excited, always optimistic, and always like, okay, come on, like let's do it. And अभी आराम से थोड़ा पानी पी लो ऐसा होता है because we have different personalities, but some people are like that. There are kind of popular personalities people. Okay, and we do, and one thing I have observed in this book, we should not never judge ourselves, and we should not judge people as well, because over the period of time, depending on the timing, the personalities keep on changing as well. Okay, very, very important to understand. So popular people are emotional and demonstrative people optimistic. Now perfect people are the soul, the mind, the spirit, and the heart of humanity. They are willing to stick to dull routines if they can see a result in the future. Perfectionists who keep on doing the same thing again and again and again and again. So serious and purposeful, perfect people, serious and purposeful. Genius intellect, talented and creative. Unfortunately, this is very, very, very interesting. Unfortunately, they usually marry those who love fun and fluff of the life. Are you understanding this?
Because that is not there in others' life.
Exactly. So now this book has been written by the author, and he has studied maybe like 25 years of experience. When he's written this line, the perfect people who are like soul, calm, and all, they're very much peaceful. Usually they get married to the people who are fun and fluffy. Now, do you understand the things which are happening in our home? When I understand this, when I study this, I realize this, okay, this is how it is. This is how it is, okay? And if you see this line has really it's like a bullseye. Okay, I'm sharing my screen again. I will read this again. Unfortunately, they usually marry those who love fun and fluff of the life. This is how it is. Moving on. When they can begin to lay their problem in the open, they can release the tension. This is a communication part. If they lay their problems in the open means talking to each other, not in the public. In the open means talking to each other, they can release the tension. Talking is very, very important. Communication is very, very important. Now, peaceful people are the special people to the buffers of the emotions of other three. So that is why they are very, very important, because these are the buffers for the emotions of other three. So if you're a peaceful person, consider yourself as a lucky, because you are the emotions of other three. Easiest of all temperaments, peaceful people, easiest of all temperaments, low-key personality. Yes, low-key personality. Humility and gentleness of the peaceful people is so pleasing to be with and gives the other temperaments positivity. Okay, so that is how they are traits. Now we'll see popular, powerful, peaceful, and perfect. Now, let's make it very interactive. Now there are four kinds of emotions. Screams, lashes out, sings down, cool. What do you think? Which category popular people will be lying on? Screams, lashes out, sings down, or cool? If these emotions come, what a popular personality person will do? What do you suggest? What do you think? Cool. Okay. What a powerful lashes out. Okay. What a powerful person will do? He'll scream. Okay.
Yes.
What a peaceful person will do?
Cool.
Okay. Okay. Peaceful person will sing down. Okay. Perfect.
Things down.
Okay. Let's see the answers. So peaceful person will cool down. Powerful person will lashes out. Popular person will scream, and perfect people will sing down. If you see, some people were saying, peaceful people will sing down and all that. So that is why studying of this literature is very, very important. What kind of emotions, what kind of personality person will behave in what way? If I know this, I will not get angry, because I understand the background behavior of a certain personality. Okay. Moving on. Now, tips. Let's see tips. Popular people. What they should do? Popular people talk half as much as before. Okay. Popular people should talk half as much as before. let the people enjoy what you said rather than be stiff by your control. Okay, some of us are like very, very enthusiastic. And whenever we want to talk about anything that we know a lot, but let people enjoy what you said rather than be stiff by your control. Be sensitive to other people's interest as well, which is very, very important. Be sensitive to other people's interest. Powerful people, what they should be doing? Learn to relax. Okay, learn to relax, breathe in and breathe out. Practice patience. Keep advice until last. This is a very, very important part. Keep advice until asked. Okay. So I was reading, I read some scriptures as well. I was reading Ashtavakra Gita. Okay, Ashtavakra Gita. In that, there was a king known as Raja Janak. Okay, and he asked a question to Ashtavakra, and that time Ashtavakra realized this is the right question, asked at the right time by a right person. Only then he gave the advice. So, but most of us, what we do, any situation comes, 10 advices will come from our side. Okay, ask or give advice only until asked. Okay, very, very important. Unless you have patience, the value of advice will go up. Peaceful people, what they should be doing? Peaceful people, get enthusiasm. Peaceful people get enthusiasm. Communicate your feelings. Okay, most of the people, if you don't communicate your feelings, again, it will not help. So communicate your feelings. And perfectionist. So what do you think, which tip will be good for perfectionist? Any idea? Any guess? What do you think perfectionist should be doing?
They should speed up, like
He should have that confidence. Even if he fails, he should stand again.
Little bit close. The answer is relax your standards. Not everything in life can be perfect. Problem comes with these people is that if they find any imperfection, they start like getting different vibes. Relax your standards. Not everything in life can be perfect. If you start practicing this, it will be very, very good. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot of this and understand what to do at what particular time. And I have taken a very, very small summary of this entire book. Okay, this book is so exciting to read. So I think that was pretty much from my side. Any questions with respect to anything? But we should be doing at what particular time and how to study more. Because if you understand entire book, covering needs 2 hours or 3 hours of session. But I just took the summary. Okay, so
how to have that patience to wait and until the advice is asked? How to have the patience before we express and vomit all the things?
So it comes with the practice. First thing is how? Buy this book. First thing is how? Buy this book. Start studying this book. And then let's start practicing this.
Okay.
Because I have observed that whenever I study a book or whenever I read a book, maybe 15-20 minutes, a lot of thoughts start settling down. It really helps a lot if you start reading.
Thank
you for sharing this. I got to know that I have many strengths.
Yeah.
There is a question by Supriya. Can personalities change over time? By following and sticking to some practices, can a powerful person change to be a peaceful one?
What I've observed from my experience of life, which is written in this book as well, the raw material never changes. The raw material never changes. Shapes keep on changing. Shapes keep on changing with the time, the kind of time you spend. But the raw material that you are, the soul personality, that never changes.
Hi Arjun, Rupesh here. I have a question. So you mentioned like what we should be careful about ourselves. How about when you are dealing with others, like you are dealing with a powerful person or a dominating person, what we should take care about?
Okay, so that is a very, very good question. Okay, only control that I have in this life is only on yourself, myself. I can control my thoughts, I can control my feelings, I can control my words. I cannot control others at all. So if I'm dealing with other personalities, people, if I understand my personality very well, it will be very, very helpful. So if I'm, for example, I'm a patient kind of personality, peaceful personality, I'm dealing with powerful personality. So I'll be knowing how I need to behave or how things will be from the personality perspective. So I hope I answered your question, Rupesh.
Thank you, Arjun. Yes. Thank you very much.
Only switch we have is inside us, and we can control only ourselves.
True. Very true. Thank you.
Joe, you're on mute if you're talking.
Any other questions, anyone? I think that was one of the most, interactive topic. A lot of people was interacting on that topic. I would recommend everyone to buy that book and read it. Reading books can change lives. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Actually, this was our book club, right? We used to come together as a group and read books at this time and discuss books. But we thought we should involve our clients also so that they also get some value add. That is how we changed it to wealth, wisdom, and wellness. And we started discussing other topics as well. So if you guys want us to read a book together as clients, feel free to recommend any book, or you want us to recommend a book, we are ready for that also. We can read together. That's one possibility. Instead of always it being a monologue, we can always discuss as well. Otherwise, also please do tell us topics that you are interested in. We have few more topics that we got last week that we'll be covering in the coming weeks. But anything that is interesting to you in wellness, in wisdom, that is such topics that Arjun brought up today, and in terms of wealth creation, if anything is interesting, do bring it up and we will see how we can cover that. So with this,
sorry, so one question has come to me personally. I have noted my score, the assignments that I have noted my score. What is the inference from my score? So nothing to inference, okay, nothing to judge and all that. I have this score, so I belong to this particular personality. No, it was just for a personality, just to little bit of, I would say that self reflection. So nothing to get inference from any score, because then we start labeling ourselves. It's just to know ourselves and what happens in each personality. So study this book. Okay, the book name is Personality Plus, ordered tonight only from Amazon. Study this book. Everybody will get a lot of help.
okay, in that case, we are done. Someone has asked this question, would like to know more about narcissist. Arjun sir, please kindly help us to know more about this personality.
How to slay us? Narcissist, I need to study on this. Well, I have studied this book and they are not talking about narcissist. But whoever has asked the question.
Yeah, narcissist is like self-centered person.
Correct.
They just think about themselves. They just, they never take any other perspective, what they would like, what they want, what they, they are just themselves.
Now I understood the question, how we can relate that narcissist in these 4 personalities. Now I can. So I think that it particularly relates to perfectionist. I was reading this when you were speaking. So perfectionists are the people, if you want to relate, they are like traits a little closer to the narcissist, because perfectionists also like, this is what I want, and how they are like thinking about their projects and their work and all that stuff. So close to perfectionist.
Yeah, it is a more negative word.
So if somebody say, somebody calls you narcissist, say, I'm not narcissist, I'm perfectionist.
Okay, so sorry, they have clarified. They want it as the next topic. It's not like he's asking that question today. Can we cover this personality narcissist? Okay, sure, we will consider that. Okay, so I think we are done for the day. Thanks a lot. Wonderful two speakers, right? Wonderfully entertaining two sessions. And please do send in more suggestions for topics. When the topics comes from you guys, obviously you are also more than interested to listen it. So looking, and if anyone is interested in speaking, adding value to these sessions, do let us know. We would love to have you as speakers also, right? So with this, we are done. Thanks everyone. We'll catch up next Tuesday. And in between that, if you have any questions, do reach out to your coaches. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night, everyone.